Assalamualaikum. Tak jauh. Ipa dia benda-benda. Assalamualaikum. So guys, my name is Nur Firdaus binti Faiza.
My name is Rajan or Aisha.
And we are from group GO6. And today we're going to talk about School of Rock. I don't know if you have heard of it, but it's one of our favorite childhood movie. It's hilarious. It's one of the best comedy movie out there. It's led by Jack Black, and I have to say it's definitely one of his best movie he ever starred in.
Yeah. And in case you haven't heard it yet, we're going to explain to you what the movie is about in just a minute. But firstly, this is a comedy movie that revolves around a character named Dewey Finn. It was released back in 2003 by Paramount Pictures. It was directed by Richard Linklater and produced by Scott Rudin, who also did Zoolander, The Social Network, Addams Family, and Clueless. It was also written by Mike White, who, interestingly enough, wrote this movie specifically for Jack Black. And in the end, he ended up being one of the main characters. So, moving on, we're gonna explain to you the plot of the movie.
So, the movie center is Dewey Finn. Dewey is crazy rock fan. He loves rock and roll. He's a singer, songwriter, guitarist, and of his own band called No Vacancy. Unfortunately, his band members couldn't stand him and eventually kicked him out of his own group. And he got replaced by some guitarists and for upcoming Battle of the Band contest.
Did you hear what I said? We voted. You're out. This is Spider. He's replacing you.
What's up, dog?
So, being jobless and a loser that he is, Dewey didn't know what to do. His best friend Ned Schneebly felt sorry for him and let him stay at his apartment. But his girlfriend Patty, on the other hand, she hated Dewey and pressured Ned to kick him out of the apartment if he doesn't pay rent. Dewey and Patty did not get along, and Ned always gets stuck in the middle, trying to push Dewey into giving up his rock dreams and to find a job.
You tell him that if he doesn't come up with the rent by the end of the week, he's out of here.
Dewey, I'm not paying your share of the rent, so I don't know. I mean, maybe you should sell one of your guitars or something.
What? Would you tell Picasso to sell his guitars?
Oh my God, he's an idiot.
One day, the phone rang and Dewey picked up the call. The call was from prestigious Horace Green Elementary School that asked Ned to be the substitute teacher. Dewey doesn't bother answering until he asks how much Ned is getting out of it. After hearing how much the pay is, Dewey decided to take Ned's identity and took the job.
Yeah. The school was definitely unlike a normal elementary school. The teachers are very uptight and all the children were very well mannered. Dewey didn't know what to do, so he asked the children to go for recess all day.
Just go out and have recess.
My parents don't spend $15,000 a year for recess.
This worked for a little while until one day, the children had to go to a classical music class. And Dewey saw how talented the children actually were, and he got the idea to form a rock band with the children for him to join the Battle of the Bands contest.
He decided to use the time to teach the children everything they need to know about rock, how evil the man is. Dewey's spirit are lifted when he realized there are some talented musicians in the class, including Zach, the lead guitarist, Katie on bass, and Lawrence on keyboards. Freddie, the class rebel, turns out to be the eager learner on drums, and Tommy prizes him with unusual singing talent. The smartest girl in class, Summer, gets her chance to excel as band manager, while others are served as backup singers, special effect artists, head of security, and official selector of band name.
Lead guitar. Zach Attack. Take a seat. On bass, Posh Spice. On keyboards, Mr. Cool. And on drums, Spazzy McGee. Okay, Blondie, brace face, you're singing backup.
And the story goes on with the principal Rosalia Ross Mullins, who was the most anxious headmistress, thought Dewey was a good teacher with unusual teaching methods.
Yeah.
But they eventually became friends when they realized they had a common interest in Stevie Nicks. She believed in Dewey as Ned until one day it all came crashing down. The climax of the story begins when the real Ned received a call from the school because his pay came in. Then Dewey had to tell Ned the cold hard truth. When Parents' Night came, all the children's parents were furious and wanted to know what Dewey taught them. Dewey tried his best to cover himself up, but then failed to do so when Ned, Patty, and the police came to the school. In the end, Dewey had to come clean for his mistake.
That's weird. I got a check from Horace Green Prep for $1,200. I've never even worked there.
What are you doing?
Calling the school. Hi, this is Ned Schneebly. Dewey, what's going on?
I told him 15 times, make it out to cash!
Dewey?
I did something bad, Ned.
The next morning, all the parents were angry and crowded Principal Mullins' office. In the midst of the storm, Principal Mullins told the parents that their children were missing. Turns out the children didn't give up their passion and went for Dewey. In the end, they all came together for amazing battle band contest, and the rest is for you to watch yourself.
Each of the characters in the movie is great in their own way. What I like about them is that most of them are not flat or underwhelming. Instead, they have their own charm and character development. But obviously, the main star in the movie is none other than Jack Black himself. His character was horrible in the beginning. He was stubborn, chaotic, and only cares about how he wants to perform. It was to the point where his own band members kicked him out. After that unlucky event, we can see that because of his desperation, he managed to steal his friend's identity and form a band of his own involving school kids. Although we can see that this was a terribly selfish idea, it actually showed how smart Dewey actually is and how crazily passionate he is in rock. He managed to teach the children everything they need to know about the history of rock and even taught them how to play the instruments. That takes a lot of talent. But as the movie goes on, Dewey slowly changes to become a more responsible person and actually care about the children more than winning the band competition. And of course, he's hilarious throughout the movie, with endless 70s rock references and the classic Jack Black humor.
And our least favorite character is Patty, Ned's girlfriend. Patty is for sure the main antagonist in the film. She constantly controls Ned and makes decisions for him. She loves Ned, but she doesn't hide the fact that she hates Dewey. She keeps threatening Dewey to pay rent or kick him out. Reason why she's our least favorite character is just she's so mean throughout the movie and never really changed. Dewey did give a reason to be hate initially, but after everything, Patty still acts mean towards Ned and asked him to choose between her or Dewey. Luckily, Ned stood up for himself and chose to go to the contest without her. And her voice is also very annoying.
Although this movie is mostly comedy with crude humor and references, it still brings a good message to the audience. So the movie tells us to believe in ourselves, give into our passion, and it's okay for us to speak our mind. We can see all this when, in the beginning, Dewey was like a major loser. Yeah. But because of his passion in rock, he didn't care what people say and still managed to pull through. Like, there were so many obstacles from Ned's girlfriend, his own band, everything, but he still managed to form a band of his own.
Yeah.
Even though his ways are not ethical, but it's still funny. I love it. I love the message. And besides that, Dewey did help the children find their own talents and passion, because the kids, they grew up in such a strict parents environment. Teachers were boring, sucks, but because of Dewey, they kind of managed to find their
passion.
Like, some of the kids, they were really good at guitar, piano, keyboard, drums, and even that kid with the fashion designer.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Managed the light in like few minutes.
Yeah, Dewey did. It kind of shows that we sometimes need a little push to follow our dreams And I like that message. That's all.
And the rating according to Rotten Tomatoes was given 91% and 7.1 over 10 from IMDb. Let's read some review. One of it is from David Anson. School of Rock made me laugh harder than any movie I've seen this year. Yeah, I very agree with that because we laughed the entire movie.
Yeah.
And secondly, from John J. Puccio, it's great fun. It's like one of those inspirational movie sport where you can stand up and cheer at the end. Yes, definitely. One of the comment from IMDb is from KJ Dufton. The School Rock Kick Ass is one of the movie that definitely goes to 11. And second one is Jay Hoberman. Jack Black is constantly hilarious and not just in his dream of mosh pit glory. One of our favorite scene is when which one?
It was Parents' Night.
Yeah, it was Parents' Night, and Jack Black, which is Dewey, told the parents that he touched the kids and he has been touched by the kids. It's
hilarious.
That's just.
My name is Dewey Finn, and no, I'm not a licensed teacher, but I have been touched by your kids. And I'm pretty sure I've touched them.
What?
Oh my God! Now, the big question: do you recommend this movie?
I would definitely will, because even though it's not my type, but I really enjoy the movie. I love the message. I love the main character. I love all the character. Okay, thank you. What about you?
Yeah, I do recommend it. It's really funny. I love Jack Black, and I think even though if you're a rock fan or not, you can still enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's just fun.
And finally,
all.
our rating is
9 out of 10.
Go and watch it.
Yeah, that's all for our review. Thank you.
Bye. Let's rock the world.
How are you holding guitar?
Salah satu daripada komen.
One of the comment.
One of the comments. Okay, I am.
Okay.
Boom. A couple of these. Now here.
Okay.
Now give me a platform. Let's rock. Let's rock today. Now do it to me.
Let's rock. Let's rock today.
That's good. Slap it. Shoot it. Kaboot it.